drop will be made tonight, 11 p.m.
The amount will be $50 million.
$50 million? And who you think you kidnapped, Chelsea Clinton?
Detective James Carter loved his job just a little too much.
You destroyed half a city block.
That block was already messed up.
And you lost a lot of evidence.
Still got a little bit left.
But the job got a little too dangerous.
You have 29 minutes left.
I got everything under control. Papa!
I want to speak with my daughter.
Han was about to get his daughter back and you screwed it up.
I would like one of my people to help.
Now it's time to bring in the master.
Please tell me you speak English. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I don't want no partner, I don't need no partner, and I ain't gonna never have no partner. Did Kojak have a partner?
Yeah, the fat guy.
Did Columbo have a partner? Look. No. You put your own bag in the back. I'm not a sky cat.
Beach Boys.
Oh, hell no. Don't you ever touch a black man's radio, boy. Yeah.
They're two cops with nothing in common.
Do it again. Like this?
Except the case
Hello. You have one more chance.
they can't walk away from.
Agent Carter is very passionate about finding your daughter.
Which one of y'all kicked me?
From New Line Cinema. The fastest hands in the East.
Wow!
Meet the biggest mouth in the West.
Just received a threat on the building. We ask you please exit the building. Do not panic.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看本期的对话好莱坞，我是主持人蓝天。那相信啊，喜欢动作片的朋友们呢，对尖峰时刻 Rush Hour 一定不陌生。那今天呢，我们非常的有幸请到了 Arthur Sarkissian， 那他同时也是尖峰时刻，也是最近和我们 Sarkissian 成龙大哥合作强强联手的 The Foreigner 外国人的影片的制片人。那今天就让我们一起跟他聊一聊他对中美影视市场的独特见解。Hi Arthur, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great. Do you want to say hi to your audience?
Every word you said.
You did?
No. I have to learn Chinese. Hi everyone. I'm glad to be here talking to you. Nice to see you.
So you just had a premiere for The Foreigner. How did that go in China? That was the first premiere in China.
Yes, my first premiere in China, it went great. Very hospitable, very accommodating. I mean, it was great. Everything went well. The reporters were wonderful. The communication was great, and the help from Sparkle Roll was really fantastic.
Right, and you mentioned
So much like there to help you. It was really nice.
and you mentioned that they actually kept you there for like an hour after the premiere to do some Q&As. You weren't used to that.
It was Jackie that did the whole Q&A.
Right.
Before that, they were also doing Q&A. They went through 8, 9 theaters because it was screening at 8 different theaters at the same time, and there was just a huge amount of reporters, people questioning and talking, but it went very well. It was very well received.
I think that's how China people do it, you know, just all extravagant and luxurious. So I think a lot of people want to know about you is that how did you, in the beginning, step into the world of producing in this entertainment industry? How did that start?
Well, since I was a kid, I loved going to the movies. That was just my passion. I mean,
Right.
And my father started to actually take me to the movies. Even when I was in school, he would say, maybe you can skip school today and go to the movies.
That's a great father.
So I just developed this incredible love for movies and started collecting movie posters, and that was just what my interest was.
Right.
And I wanted to study directing. At the time I was living in Iran, where I was born, but I was about 11 years old when I started to think this is really what I want to do. And I was too young to come to the States, and my parents didn't want to send me away. So I ended up in London when I was about 15, started designing clothes, but still the passion I had for movies never left me. and I started reading a lot. I just watching movies after movies after movies. It was just, it's incredible where you just develop such a strong sense of something that you love. It could be clothes, it could be racing, car racing, whatever. But with me, it was movies, and I eventually decided that this is what I want to do. And I came to the States and started pursuing it.
What did you want to do for the movies? And there's so many roles and so many different positions.
As I said, I wanted to study to become a director.
Okay.
But by the time I got around it, and I was designing clothes in London, I was about 23, 24. I just somehow ended up not pursuing that.
Yeah.
And I just stepped into producing. I started finding books that I liked and ideas that people would talk to me. And most of the time, my ideas came from older movies. That would it be great to remake such and such a movie, but not really in the same way they made it originally. Changes, it's just like your fantasy,
right?
Your thinking,
right?
So I decided that what I wanted to do was to just put movies together, make movies, whether it was directing or producing, and
anything related to the field.
Anything related to the field. One day, if I feel comfortable, if I feel confident, if I find the right thing, I may try.
So when you first made Rush Hour, did you know that it was going to become a huge hit worldwide? And also, how did this idea come about?
No, I did not know it was going to be a huge hit at all. The idea came about through a writer friend of mine, whose name was Ross Lamanna.
Okay.
We had worked together on something else before that didn't sell. And we were talking one day, and I basically said, I'd like to do kind of a cop movie with an American / Chinese, or vice versa, kind of in the world of Freebie and the Bean, the French Connection. Remember I said that by watching movies, if you see so many movies, you start thinking about different ways of telling a story.
Yeah.
So I kind of told him, this is what I want to make. So he thought about it, and it started talking to me. We went back and forth about kidnapping, about this, that, the other, about cops with French Connection, as I said. After 2 months, he came back to me, and he said, what are you doing? I said, nothing. I'm working. I'm in the office. I had just finished While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock. He said, okay, close your door, and I want you to read this. I'm not going to leave until you tell me what you think. And I looked, and it was called Rush Hour.
Yeah.
So started reading it, and I really liked it. It was more serious, less comedic, but it was about two cops. It was about a Chinese and an American cop. And I said I liked the idea very much. I thought it was well written, but it needed more here and there.
Right.
As it happens in Hollywood, I picked a place. I sold it to Disney. They bought it, and we then proceeded on to trying to put the movie together. There was a friend of mine there was working at Disney by the name of Mike Stenson, who thought that this would be a very good idea to pursue. So the thought was, it's either more comedic, like 48 Hours, it would be Jackie Chan, or if it was more serious, like in the world of French Connection, it would be Chow Yun-fat. So we went more of the comedic route,
right.
more 48 Hours.
Right.
And Brett Ratner stepped in. He'd read the script. He'd always wanted to do a movie with Jackie, which was a very good thing because his ideas were very, very strong.
Right.
To make it more action comedy, and not to use the same kind of world where Jackie was using in China or in Hong Kong, making movies that was all wall-to-wall action. It was less action, sporadic, but it was pointed directly to the storyline, and it was pointed directly to not making you want to sit and watch a scene where people are fighting for half an hour, because you get bored, you get tired.
Exactly.
So the script was written by Jeff Nathanson, complete rewrite, and we went forward with it with Jackie, and of course Chris I had seen Money Talks, which I thought was very, very funny. And New Line said, we want to make the movie. So I basically gave it to New Line. I stepped into to New Line with the project, with Brett Ratner directing, and they made the movie.
You made Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3, and Rush Hour 3 actually grossed $258 million worldwide. What keeps you bringing Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan back for another round? Because you're up for Rush Hour 4 now.
Yes, well, the chemistry between them worked so great. Nobody expected that.
Yeah.
We didn't know. Nobody knew that it would.
Watch the bloopers. They're hilarious.
Yes. It's like, you know, Redford and Newman, Lauren and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. There's so many. There are duos. It just clicks.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't. You can't force chemistry.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right.
And Chris and Jackie, I mean, the way the first one started is at a meeting with everyone, Jackie said to us, I can't understand anything Chris is saying. How am I going to work with him? And Chris at the same
Like, I don't understand anything you're saying.
months later said, I don't understand his English. Well, how am I going to work with him? So it was really
Oh my God, that's
wonderful.
hilarious.
They got along great.
Without understanding anything each other is saying.
So as the movie worked, I mean, the first one, the second one actually did 340 million.
Second one was the highest one, I think.
Yeah, the highest grossing one.
Yeah.
And to bring them back, I mean, audiences love them. Wherever I go or wherever, you know, I talk about, I did the Rush Hour movies, I'm told, I keep being told, we've seen this movie 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. Every time we feel like a little sad or upset, we put one of the Rush Hours on and we laugh as a family. So it's great to hear that, and why not bring them back, because it's a great franchise.
Yeah.
They both look great.
Yeah.
They get together, they work together very well.
Yeah.
And I would love to do number 4, which I am putting together right now with Brett Ratner.
How is it different from the other series?
How is it different in what? Sorry?
How is it different from other Rush Hours?
Oh.
The 4th one.
You know,
I think everyone asked you this question.
They're asking and I'm not answering because I have to be very quiet, very confidential.
Yeah, I know.
Because of the storyline.
Just general.
In general, it's...
you wanted to make it like the first one, right?
I want it to be as close to the first one as
possible, but not repeat the story. Yeah.
Remember, these guys have known or lived together 20 years.
Yeah.
From the first one, so it's like a married couple, you know. So you just have to constantly rethink what is their next step, or what do they do, or what has happened.
And there's some obstacles and interactions.
Someone from their past.
Yeah.
An adventure that they go that is timely and it's very connective to today's world, to what's going on today. So, but I think I'm very, very, very happy with where we are.
Oh wow, maybe someone turns into a double agent. I don't know. You're not saying anything. So let's talk more about The Foreigner. You just had a premiere in China. It's actually based on the 1992 novel called The Chinaman. So what's that about? Why are you bringing Jackie Chan on board again? What's your connection? Are you his agent?
No. Well, I love Jackie.
Right.
And the way The Foreigner came about, I have a friend of mine whose name is David Marconi, who's a writer. He wrote Enemy of the State, who's actually writing a script for me right now.
Right.
He came to me and he said to me, I just developed a script called The Chinaman.
Yeah.
We want Jackie for it, and can you help us get Jackie? He said that someone he knew, a friend of his, had given the script to Jackie's agent.
3 years ago, right? He's actually read the script a couple years ago.
A couple of years ago.
Right.
But it was in its first stages
at
the time. I had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So apparently he had liked it. He'd met with David, and wasn't getting anywhere. So David said, he introduced me to the guy who owned the rights, which is a producer from England. His name is Wayne Mark Godfrey, a very nice guy, a very good friend of mine. We became friends, of course. I didn't know him then. So he approached me as well, and he said, look, we want to try and put this together with Jackie. I called Philip, who's Jackie's agent, manager, and he said, yeah, we've seen the script, but Jackie's not going to do it unless there's a very strong director. And then David and Wayne went about trying to put it together with somebody else, which I didn't want to have anything to do with it, because to me it was either Jackie or not, because of various reasons. So I talked further with Jackie and with Philip, and I came up with the idea of Martin Campbell, who I think is one of the most prepared directors any actor could want to work with. And of course, Casino Royale is one of my favorite Bonds of all time. So I spoke to Martin. I said, I have a script that it's a good idea, but it really needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's in the vein of Man on Fire, Taken.
It's so much like Taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, would you like to take a look at it? He looked at it. He said, yeah, there's some really strong stuff here. I'd like to pursue this. Then Martin and I flew to Beijing, met with Jackie. We spent about 4 days there. He had his thoughts, he had ideas. Everybody got along great. We came back, and Martin was on board, and STX, who had always wanted to make the movie with Jackie, once Martin Campbell came on board and Jackie approved it, we got the green light to go forward.
Oh, I
That's
see.
how it happened.
I see. So how did you met Jackie through Rush Hour then? It wasn't anything like a personal connection?
No. I met Jackie for the first time when I started doing
Rush Hour. I see.
Which was in 1996 when he started shooting. So
right. So you brought him to Hollywood, to the
21
world.
Years.
Yeah.
That was his biggest.
That's his biggest break.
Hit. Yep.
Right.
They know what's going on.
Right.
Of course, more than I do.
So Jackie Chan actually mentioned in a couple interviews saying that he doesn't want to just be an action star. He wants to be an actor. He wants to do more drama series, and he wants to, show his acting skills. So how did you see this shift on this set for The Foreigner?
Huge.
Huge?
You will see. Have you seen the movie?
I've seen the trailer.
Okay, well.
I'm waiting for the premiere here in the US.
When you see the movie, you'll see it is a very demanding role, and he really does a terrific job. Right.
And all that makeup on his face, he does not look that old in person.
No, he doesn't. Not at all.
Yeah, not at
all.
all.
As a matter of fact, he's so good that you think Jackie got older.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Right.
He looks, of course, he's much younger than what we made him, but emotionally, he just really gave himself. I mean, when you see his tears are real tears. I was like shocked, and also very, by the same token, very pleased, because I knew he had it in him.
Yeah.
Nobody thought of Jackie as like a serious actor. But you see the movie, you'll see what a great job he did.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'm looking at a couple of other things that are more acting, not so much with martial arts or stuff like that, but more one-on-one.
I think he wants to change this perception about him. He's only a martial artist. He's not really an actor. He really wants to change that. Not because he's getting older and he's getting severe injuries on set.
Well, he's had like 600 bones broken in his body.
600.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
For him, if he didn't go to the hospital, it doesn't count as an injury. It's just, he's a
I was joking
legend.
With him one time. I said, "What if I just go like that? Will you fall?"
He's all like by tape and like nails and stuff. So you've done a lot of co-productions, right? Movies and with the Chinese American co-productions lately. How do you think that it can appeal to both cultures, and how does it appeal to audiences worldwide?
You talking about The Foreigner?
The Foreigner and just any in general co-production movies.
Well, I think I said this question was asked from me, and I said that
in China?
No, here.
Okay.
A while ago. I don't believe that we really understand the culture that well, either one of us. We still really have to work at it. Most of it now, the way it happens is everybody thinks, okay, well, China is growing to such a huge entertainment industry. They have so much money there. They're financing so many movies. Let's put a Chinese actor or an actress with an American one, and then boom, 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 and we start making it. That's not the way it works, as you've seen. Great Wall didn't do it. Every time you feel that you're forcing a co-production by forcing the cultures artificially, it's going to fail.
Right.
So I think we just need to really, really understand stories better and to try and find a way to tell those stories whereby we connect with each other. Like something may be very funny to the Americans that may be absolutely make
no sense to the Chinese
in China. So it's just a lot of work.
It's a balance.
It's a balance, and we're maybe what 4 or 5 years into it now. I mean, when I did Rush Hour, I didn't go out and say I want to do a Asian Western, you know, cultural difference. I just felt, you know, I have Jackie, who I love, and who's the other actor? Chris was unknown. But I said to myself, as did Brett, it'd be great to do kind of a movie in the world of 48 Hours or Freebie and the Bee. And it happened. He did a great job directing. Jackie was terrific. The script was great by Nathanson and everybody, and it worked.
Well, the humor in Rush Hour was more towards the American audience, like it was American audience, the kind of humor. So why do you think it was so loved by the Chinese audience and audiences around the world?
I don't know. I mean, it was a great action comedy.
Right.
Chris was terrific. Jackie was terrific, and they just worked.
Right.
Their chemistry worked. And it wasn't forced. You know, there are some movies that you see and every other line is like a...
It's supposed to be like a
comedy.
Right.
Those are all forced.
Yeah.
Most of this was brought in by Jackie and by Chris. And Brett balanced them.
So they were changing the script on set, right?
They
were just kind of adjusting it.
Bringing more words, and you know, Chris added a lot of humor.
Right.
And Jackie had his way of humor, his things that he did. You know, he's so good with all the little things you put in front of him. I mean, there's a plate there, and he'll make a dish out of it. You know?
So let's go back to The Foreigner. Is there any political references or anything referring to anything that's going on today, in today's world? Like the terrorist attack and all that stuff?
I mean, it is terrorism. It's, without giving away the storyline, I mean, you pretty much know what it is.
The trailer pretty much gives away the storyline.
It is topical.
Right.
And it's a fatherly love.
Right.
That is very prominent. And it's one man's seeking of justice and not letting people get away with crazy, stupid crimes. And, you know, trying to do right what went wrong.
Because it's a 1992 novel, and they're bringing it back now, and it's still relatable to today's society.
We changed it somewhat,
right?
Because it was more of references,
right,
to issues that
that we're dealing with today.
That well, some of them also. That see, I don't want to say it because I'll give away the.
Right, I know you're like jumping,
so,
avoiding all the.
There were things in '92 that the author wrote that we had to change.
Yeah.
For today.
I see.
That's like literally 92. That's 25 years.
Yeah, I was born in '92, so 24 years.
24 years. Yeah.
Right. All right, I can't wait to see it. But any new, cool, exciting projects coming out lately for you?
I'm working on something with Gong Li.
Okay. Wow.
It's going to be very special.
Ah.
Then I have a thriller, a very big thriller that David Marconi is finishing. And Rush Hour 4.
For
right now, that's it.
That
others are not
is
really ready
a
yet.
lot of work already. Well, good luck to all the projects that's working on right now, and I can't wait to see more of your projects and works come out. Thank you so much, Arthur.
Thank you.
好的，那么以上就是我们今天对话好莱坞的全部内容了，感谢大家的收看，我们下一期同一时间再见了，拜拜。
Give me the names of the bones.
Everyone's already inside. Bye, Dad.
Somebody say a prayer for me.
They kill me on Friday.
Of half the city looking for him.
Bury me on Sunday. Mourn for me Monday. But then you gotta let me go. Then you gotta let me go.
He's an old man running circles around the lot of us. He's ahead of us every step of the way.
Open it up.